Michael McDonald grew up in an Irish-American Catholic family near Philadelphia. His family was very active in the parish.
I was a young kid who loved the church, who loved the liturgy, who loved everything about serving as an altar boy.
But at the age of 11, that faith was rocked. He says he was sexually abused by 2 priests in his parish. The alleged abuse lasted for 2 years. One of the worst incidences occurred at the country home of one of the priests.
He insisted I slept in the same bed with him, and I woke up to find myself stripped and his hands groping and fondling every part of my body. I pretended to be asleep, hoping and praying that it would stop. Eventually it would stop.
McDonald's story mirrors that of many in his state. A grand jury report by Pennsylvania's Attorney General alleges more than 300 priests sexually abused over 1,000 minors in the state over a period of 70 years.
You see, church officials routinely and purposefully described the abuse as horseplay and wrestling and inappropriate contact. It was none of those things. It was child sexual abuse, including rape, committed by grown men.
Since the release of the more than 1,400-page grand jury report, 8 other states have launched investigations of their own.
Here in New York, the Attorney General has subpoenaed all of the state's 8 Catholic dioceses, demanding all documents related to allegations of sexual abuse. It has also set up a hotline for victims.
Shortly after the launch of the New York investigation, the Archdiocese of Brooklyn agreed to pay more than $27 million to 4 victims of abuse at the hands of one priest in the early 2000s. The Pope has also summoned every president of every bishops' conference in the world to an unprecedented meeting in February to discuss clergy sex abuse of children. McDonald thinks it's too little, too late. He wants to see the Vatican support state reforms to their statutes of limitations. That would allow victims to file claims even if the abuse occurred decades ago.
I want to see pink slips. I want to see people fired. I want to see cardinals stripped of their ring and their berettas. This has to happen, and it has to happen today.
Karina Huber, CGTN, New York.